This is the city of Toronto, the capital of the province of Ontario, to which 2.6 million residents call home. Artistically placed beside Lake Ontario, the city is sophisticated and cosmopolitan, boasting magnificent architecture, modern glistening skyscrapers and beautifully maintained historic buildings. And dominating every view of this delightful city is the Canadian National Tower. The 553.33 metre high CN Tower, as it's called, is the world's tallest tower. And as you'd imagine, it provides a brilliant viewing platform for the impressive skyline of Toronto on this side, and on the other side, a magnificent watery view right across Lake Ontario to the USA border. On a clear day, you can see as far as 160 kilometres, but on any day, you can look down through the glass floor 342 metres to the ground. Gardens in the sky. These are green roof projects that involve creating green spaces on top of human-made structures. The Guinness Book of Records named this tower the world's tallest tower in 2007. From here, you can see another Guinness Book winner. It's Yonge Street, a great spot for shopping and entertainment. But just one hint, make sure you get the number right, because this street is just under 1,900 kilometres long. You guessed it, the longest street in the world.
How's this for a stunning tree? In North America, you'll find over 15 different species of maple. There are 10 that are unique to Canada, and 2 of them, the red maple like this one and the sugar maple, are the source of that beautiful maple syrup. And the way they make it, well, they tap into the bark, they literally drain the sap, then they boil it down to just 1/10 of the original volume. And that's what you pour over your pancakes for breakfast.
This is the local railway station in Toronto. Pretty impressive, isn't it? We're about to take a journey across eastern Canada. Our first step takes us through to Kingston, the former capital city of the nation, on Lake Ontario. The Via Rail track stretches from one side of the country all the way to the other, and is regarded as one of the great rail journeys of the world. At the time of construction, it cleverly targeted the rich and famous of the world of the day, and massive and elaborate hotels were constructed along the way at major vantage points, so visitors could take in the breath-interrupting scenery. A Via Rail journey is not to be missed, in my opinion. The best part, you get so close to this magnificent landscape. Now, some of the tracks will take you up into the more remote parts of the country, and the style, anywhere from economy right through to luxury.
A brilliant way to get around Canada is to travel by train. Now, Via Rail offers so many things that makes this service really appealing to tourists and business travellers alike. Most of their stations connects into the heart of the city, just a walking distance from shopping centres and major hotels. Most of the trains also have power and internet available on board. And for the longer journeys, they have sleeper cars to make sure that you get a really good night's rest before you continue on the rest of your journey.
The historic and charming town of Kingston dates back to 1673. Now, its strategic position at the head of 3 major waterways meant that it was mired in conflict right down through history, involving the Iroquois, the French, the Americans and the English. In winter here in Kingston Harbour, it can ice over to a depth of 1 metre, and it's right here that it's believed the first ever game of ice hockey was held between the Royal Military College and Queen's University. Today, this is a national passion. The Martello Towers, which are actually gun emplacements, were constructed by the English between 1820 and 1840 to thwart an anticipated attack from the Americans. Now, of the 13 intact Martello Towers in the world today, 6 of them are to be found here in Kingston. Fort Henry is part of that same defensive construction and has been opened up to show what life was like in the British Army in the middle of the 19th century. Not only is this a tourist destination, but it's also an educational facility because school children can live a day as a soldier. Now, that includes a sleepover in these short, hard beds. University students also serve here as officers, and they help to deliver a realistic experience for tourists and students alike. Kingston's also a great place to launch a boat journey out onto Lake Ontario to take in the 1,000 islands that make this area a constant source of wonder and intrigue. There are actually 1,800 islands in the region, and many have been occupied as summer homes by single families over generations. In the holiday season, the water is a flutter with yachts, boats of every description and sailboards. Right now, the autumn colours are just beginning to turn the reflections gold and red. Called the Garden of the Great Spirit by the First Nations people who inhabited this region before European settlement, the 1,000 Islands offer extraordinary beauty and extraordinary envy. You can visit the 1,000 Islands region on a number of different vessels, including this fine old paddle steamer, Island Queen 3. For more information on this fantastic place, visit canada.travel.
Don't go away because coming up after the break, we're visiting Ottawa and Quebec City. On your travels through Eastern Canada, you'll discover some amazing little places to stay at, which is why you've just got to come and visit this place. Now, for more information, visit the website.
The Twin Cultures Travel Experience Package has been put together by our local experts on travel to Canada at Sensational Canada and offers you a chance to spend 7 days exploring Toronto, Niagara Falls, Quebec City and Montreal. The package costs $2,508 per person, twin share. For all the package details, visit sensationalcanada.com.